Wow, what a race that was. The British Grand Prix has been done and won by Lewis Hamilton. A fantastic race in the end. So many battles right throughout the field. Right before I get into anything, I just want to say I hope Kimi Raikkonen is alright after that horrific crash on the first lap, tangling with Felipe Massa after he rejoined the track over that bump, really nasty. Caused the red flag, completely wiped out his Ferrari, but hopefully Kimi is okay and he'll be back bigger and stronger and ready for Hockenheim. So getting into this race, it was a pretty stop-start one with the red flag. The race is delayed by an hour, just about, and then the race got back underway. After that, the Mercs just had so much pace at the start. They were literally about 2 to 2.5 seconds faster than everyone else in the field. Rosberg had a nice handy lead over Hamilton, who had to fight his way past Jenson Button and Kevin Magnussen. The McLarens early on were struggling quite a bit, and then they came home strong fairly well at the back end of the race. Bottas, absolutely fantastic, coming through the field, overtaking the likes of Daniel Ricciardo, Nico Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, Jenson Button. Alonso coming back from like in the 20s. Just a fantastic start. Even though he had that stop-go penalty, he still came through the field very well, battling with Sebastian Vettel, which was a big highlight of the race. That was just a fantastic battle between the two of them. They were both just so passionate about trying to get the best result possible, just complaining about each other with regards to track limits and leaving space and what have you. But, you know, in the end, they're just trying to race as hard as they can. But, yeah, I don't think anything's really going to come out of that. They were both just as bad as each other in regards to, you know, leaving the track limits and whatnot. But, yeah, in the heat of the moment, they probably complained a little bit too much, and they'll probably regret that, you know, in the post-race interviews. But, you know, that's what happens when you're racing very hard and very fast with the likes of world champions. So, fantastic battle there. I really enjoyed that. I'd love to see more of that stuff to come in the next few races this season. But getting back to the race, Gutierrez and Maldonado crashed fairly early. No, Gutierrez crashed into Maldonado, putting Gutierrez out of the race. He had a puncture. Somehow Maldonado's car was able to carry on. That Lotus must be an absolute tank in terms of just being able to withstand that kind of crash. He was up on 2 wheels in the air, and somehow he was able to continue until the very end of the race, where he unfortunately retired. But Ericsson retired as well. As I said before, McLaren and Force India were fairly weak early on in the race. But then the midway part of the race, Rosberg started to report a gearbox problem with a downshifting on lap 21. And then he came in for his first official pit stop, or his second official pit stop. He put on the option tyres, and that's when the McLaren, the Mercs started to go on to the split strategy. Hamilton put on the hards about 5 laps later. He had a terrible pit stop, but in the end that didn't cost him, because obviously Nico Rosberg had his retirement with the gearbox. But I was really looking forward to another Mercedes battle, but unfortunately it just wasn't to be. But Hamilton got the edge over Rosberg in the end. I'm not too sure what the drivers' standings are at the moment, but I'm sure it's going to be very close between Rosberg and Hamilton at this stage. A little bit later on, Rosberg had an upshift problem, and then Hamilton got past, got the lead, and was never seen again pretty much. After that, Daniel Ricciardo was trying to hold off Jenson Button for the remainder of the race. Daniel did pretty much the entire race on the soft compound tyre, the medium compound tyre. He pitted on lap 15 and took those medium tyres to the end of the race. That was absolutely outstanding. He was losing about a second to a second and a half to Jenson lap after lap after that stage, but in the end he managed to get another podium this season. Jenson would have been a well-deserved podium getter as well, but unfortunately just wasn't to be for him. Great to see the crowd with all the pink shirts on and everything. That was just a really great reaction. And then on the last lap, Lewis Hamilton taking the checkered flag. The crowd was absolutely outstanding. Just hearing the crowd just completely drown out the sound of the Formula 1 cars going around. But just awesome stuff. Hamilton gets the win from Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, Jenson Button, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso, Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hülkenberg, Daniel Kvyat, and John-Eric Vergne. The two Toro Rossos rounding out the top 10 there. So Yeah, what a crazy race. What did you guys make of that? That was just absolutely outstanding. In terms of racing, that was probably one of the best of this season. I hope you guys really enjoyed it too, but yeah. Let me know in the comments what you thought of maybe the Rosberg incident with his gearbox. Was Vettel complaining too much over the radio? Was Alonso complaining too much on the radio? Did you think maybe he was a little bit too aggressive with his blocking maneuvers? Let me know in the comments, but just a fantastic race, and I hope we have a lot more like this for the future races to come. So that's been this video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Until my next one, guys, I'll see you next time.